So, I don't know if you know about the quote from Socrates. He's one of the Greek philosophers from way back. And one of his quotes that really stuck to me was, I am the wisest person in the world because I know that I know nothing. Now, that got me really thinking. Now, I saw this quote the first time years ago, and even now, it's like it just stuck with me. So I kept pondering on it. And now I'm starting to see at least glances, like glimpses, so to speak, of what he might have meant. Now, think about it. If you're a person who has, gone through some development, and I mean anything like school, like education, something that you were taught, there's always something new to be learned. It's like there is no cap to how far you can go. You learn one thing, and then you learn another thing that might seem completely different. But if you learn two other things based on those two, suddenly you see, hey, there are some similarities here. And you see, it's like the further you go, the deeper you go, there's just more interwovenness in the whole big picture, so to speak. And I don't think any person can really grasp the fullness of creation, of what's out there. Because for myself, I love learning about the human body because as a personal trainer, as a guy who loves his fitness, and it's just good to be fit and healthy, there's always another exercise. There's at least 50 different push-up methods to give you an example, right? And you got bench press, you got squats, all sorts of varieties of squats. I could go on for 10 minutes and I would barely be scraping the surface of how many types of exercises there are. And that's just on the topic of exercises. So I had a thought like, okay, but if that is the case, then what's the point of learning, so to speak? Because it's like, there's never enough to really get a good idea of things. Like, when do you say, all right, I know enough? When do you say that, But I would say, if I did not know what I know now, I wouldn't be as confident in my abilities to train others. I wouldn't be as confident in my ability to train myself in all the exercises that I do now. I wouldn't be as confident in my writing, as the list goes on. So it's like you learn 10 things and you might end up using only 2 of them. But if you hadn't learned those 10 things, you would never have found those other 2 things. So education is pro, bro.